Hello everyone, welcome. Semi-final night tonight, England versus Croatia. The first time in 28 years we've been in a semi-final. I am 27 years old. I've never ever viewed England in any semi-final ever, even in the Euros. Well, what I can remember anyway. So exciting time for me, but it is also exciting times for everyone else in cryptocurrency because we're still very early on. We're still very early adoption stages, and I'm going to talk about a little coin here that could well be one of the ones that will grow over the period of 2018 and into 2019. Bitcoin Private. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why am I on about a coin that's adopted the name of Bitcoin? This is a Bitcoin fork and a Zclassic fork as well. So let's talk a little bit about it in terms of metrics. First, we have that gold number, 21 million supply, pretty nice. Decent little circulating supply, not too far away from it. And it is also still mineable. Pretty cool to use. So let's go back in time though a little bit, because this is where people get a little bit pissed off, because this was it's a relatively new coin, it's relatively newly forked, but it came onto the market at a hurtling speed of about $60 odd, and then it went all the way up and then died a little bit when the market crashed. But it also pumped straight back up from $14 right up to the $50-60 range. Not bad. So be aware of it. It is a very volatile coin. Already I can see that people probably would have been burnt massively buying up here, and then from down here it's not too bad, because this is the sort of buying point you want to be going for roughly about now. I can't see it going much lower than $9-8 or whatever, but it is still a very volatile coin, so be aware if you are buying low and it pops up to the top. Take profits, guys. This is cryptocurrency trading. Basically, you're not going to be hodling all your hodling pants on at the same time, because it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. So be aware of that. That is one thing I wanted to highlight about this coin anyways, was the volatility of it. It is pretty much that sort of coin that with a bit of hype and a bit of news, it will do very well, because it has the fundamentals there, and I'm going to talk a bit more about them in a minute. Where you can buy it: hit BTC, absolutely shite exchange, but it's one of those ones that you can use. And some random other exchanges that I've not really heard of, apart from Trade Satoshi is the one that I've used in the past, but every other one I've not really looked at. So be aware of the fact that it hasn't got much coverage yet. It doesn't have many eyeballs on it, so to speak. So this could well do very well with a bit of coverage and a bit of exposure. So let's look at the website. Website, pretty cool, neat, easy. I like coins like this that give you an inkling of what it is already before you have to delve into like a 50-page white paper or something. So essentially what it is a Bitcoin block and a Zclassic, Zclassic block, sorry, getting confused there. So essentially what it is, it's forked them both together off each network to create a Bitcoin private. And what the idea is to send transactions private and also transparent. Pretty cool. It works. So you got Bitcoin private uses the same transparency technology as Zclassic, zk snarks, if I pronounce it correctly, which is what their network is basically adopted on. It's also decentralized, so it's like Bitcoin peer-to-peer transactions with all that kind of, the simple stuff Bitcoin does, easy. And it will also have the future speed, so it's going to have SegWit, it's going to have Lightning Network incorporated onto the network, so it's going to be fast, it's going to be quick, it's going to be, it's going to work essentially, and that's a good thing. Whereas you're seeing at the minute there's a lot of issues with some coins with like scaling issues, so it's good to see that they are going to scale up into those new networks. It's also open source, so anyone will play with it, and it is a community driven project. Now I want to highlight something on the community driven stuff. Community driven stuff is good and also bad, depending on what happens. The problem you got is a lot of people have issues with community driven projects because a lot of the community side of some coins have gone to rat shit recently. I can't remember what it is. Bitcoin Plus went totally tit shit basically because the community had a bit of a fallout and it went horrendous. So be aware of that, but these guys look pretty honest and good. You got more details on the hard fork in there, and you've also got the roadmap. The roadmap essentially, a lot to do still, but if you look at Q4, they're going to update a lot more of the UX, and they're also going to bring together the new transparent token sort of style of it. Q4 is going to have the Lightning Network and all the wallets enabled for that. And then Q2, which we're roughly in now, is going to have some basic stuff such as the one-click miner, the translated wallets for pretty much most languages, and the beta platform. So it's going to get there, but it's a long-term hold, guys, so don't worry too much about it. But at $9, it does seem like a pretty solid investment considering where it's already been. Bit of news, bit of hype of exchange announcements, and some partnerships will probably do very, very well for this coin in the short term, so don't be afraid to take profit if you can. So this explains the hard fork, essentially what I kind of mentioned. It's obviously the Bitcoin chain, the Zclassic chain, and making a Bitcoin private chain, enabling both of the technologies essentially to come into one and to be used. Pretty cool, it works. It's still obviously in its early stages, and there's a lot to give, and we all know the risk, and this is not financial advice, but if you're looking for a coin that has a good supply and will have a usage, this is probably one of them, because it's going to be used as a currency. It's going to be used for transparent kind of exchange sort of transactions and all that kind of cool stuff. But looking at the likes of Virgin coins with a bit of a privacy element to them, they do pretty well. And when you got the likes of John McAfee in the privacy world as well, he likes to show a few coins. So, you know, I'm not saying to trade it, but certainly if you're looking to buy low and sell high, you're not going to do too bad if you are looking to get involved in that. In terms of the team, it is a community-based team, a relatively large team as well, of over 70 contributors, so it's very similar to how the Bitcoin network is run as well, so it's pretty cool. Not done the full research of these guys just yet, but they are some very good developers that have developed other coins as well in the past, so they have put their hand into the hat essentially and offering to help out essentially, so it's really, really good to see. So a lot is happening, so don't worry too much about it if you've bought at a high price, because I do think this will go with exchanges. But again, have a look through, have a read through and do your research, but there's a lot here. In terms of the white paper, it's an easy read actually, it's not too big, it's not too long. It does explain quite a lot of the stuff, and it also explains the community side of it as well. But the most important thing, it actually explains to you that you got the transparent and shielded transactions, which essentially the shielded ones will cost more. They'll take longer to do that, but they are fully shielded and fully private. The transparent ones are pretty much like a normal transaction, so it'll be a lot less, and you can use as a normal currency. So pretty good. One thing I do want to mention, this is out of date because Bitcoin Cash is now at 32 megabyte block size. Absolutely pointless, no idea why, but these guys are pretty much good anyways. Block times are pretty low, and you've also got the 2 megabyte block size, so it's already got decent scalability compared to Bitcoin anyway, so you should be able to send your coins and your transactions a bit faster than Bitcoin, so a pretty good alternative if you are looking to get things moving. So there we go, that is Bitcoin private. Now it's a good coin, I do not hold any of it. It's got a real good you know, kind of feeling about it in terms of how it will work and that it will have a real use case, but again, this is not financial advice, and do your own research. The problem you've got with cryptocurrency in a bear market is people are looking to gain money, so this is a sort of coin that will gain money due to its supply, due to the fact that it hasn't got much of that kind of, you know, what's the word, that enabling factor right now, because it isn't being used. But ultimately, when it has a bit of usage, when it has that momentum of people trading it and using it as a currency and transferring it into wallets and mining it and all that kind of cool stuff, it will do very, very well, certainly at $9. So if you like this comment, like this video, please do comment, and please do press the like button.